Hi there, this is Jonathan Clark, founder and developer of HGE and creator of Stand and Deliver, Safely Be Yourself in front of an audience. First of all, thank you so much for the unbelievable comments and feedback on the first video. In this video, I'm going to continue to take you backstage into the world of speaking from the stage and online video and teach you some tools and tactics so that you can become an even better speaker or presenter. Why? Because speaking on stage and on video is the most lucrative and effective way to grow your brand, make real money, and get your message out there. But you've got to get known as someone who can bring the action on stage or on the media or on video. That's really important these days. So I want to share with you again some more insights into how to do all of this, all the while having tons of fun, bumping into celebrities and sharing helpful advice to thousands of people. And in the last video we talked about how the speaking industry has been transforming because they've been operating from an outdated paradigm. The old paradigm will start for free and be grateful for any slots that you can grovel for. Position yourself to be a paid speaker immediately. And instead of marketing yourself with a brochure and a demo DVD like in the old days, instead give value and market yourself as an expert. The old industry says, don't sell. What I'm saying is that making money is critical. Because if you don't make money, then you can't share your message. The old paradigm says, be polished as a speaker. I say be present and be authentic. Forget the scripts. Don't try to choreograph every step and every posture. Just relive stories, be alive, be out there. And instead of counting on referrals in the old way, counting on good marketing. Instead of counting on how many free speeches you can schedule, instead depend on having a series of products and services, a back end that's always running with multiple streams of income. We also talked about some of the possible success stories with you possibly doing your own products or DVDs that people happily pay £500 to £1,000 for. Or you doing keynote speeches for companies or colleges or organisations for a paid fee. Platform sales, where you go and you speak on stage to a large audience for about 90 minutes, then at the end you essentially say, well, if you don't want this to be the end and you want this to be a beginning, then let's continue your education. Here's some things that you can purchase. Now where you're running your own weekend seminars as a guru or an expert, where people are spending £1,000 to £5,000 a head just to learn what you have in your head. Online video launches, where in a matter of days you can launch your own branded product and make 4 or 5 figures. This all rests on one thing, you being a great speaker. A speaker who can speak with clarity, authority and authenticity and release that magic of you. Let them out to play so that you inspire other people. So what I want to do with you is share with you some best practices and lessons so that you get some golden nuggets to help you become a better speaker. So you can apply them to any talk, any presentation that you might have to make, whether it's in your church, your workplace, or your sales meetings. So let's begin with my story. Here's me. This is a picture of my dad presenting me to the world in 1967, wearing the biggest nappy known to man. You can see the Hillman car in the background, and I'm perched on a bench. The reality is, I grew up in a small village in economically depressed Lanarkshire in the 70s. In an isolated 150-year-old cottage with no central heating and no double glazing. My friends told me I didn't live in a real house. And we huddled around the coal fires in the winter or stayed in bed until the coal fire had been kindled in the morning and there was enough heat to actually make the water hot. So instead of freaking out about it, my parents got resourceful and they worked really hard to make the money to be able to afford to upgrade it and make it more modern. Now my speaking story began with this message. It's what you do that counts, my first home study product. See, you can get stuck in learning mode, attending the next seminar, the next course, the next home study program, but never use any of it. You can talk a good game, but what will you actually do to make things better? That's why I deliberately started speaking. I knew putting myself in front of people would force me to face my fear and make me dig deep. And I learned that you can whine and complain all you like about how hard your life is, but you know what? There ain't no white knight. No one is going to come and rescue you. You have to participate in your own rescue. If you're not happy, do something. Do anything. And now, I've been lucky to share what I've learned with individuals, from normal people to major companies, who made a decision to turn things around, or to step up and improve their situation. And now I get unbelievable testimonials from people. Just this last weekend, I received this thank you gift, a Wizard's notebook, and a card from my latest group of students. It says in here, for instance, a life-changing experience that I'm eternally grateful for. My evil twin is on the road out. Thanks for the opportunity. This has been the best training course I've ever been on. Very grateful for the experience. Yeah. Many thanks for everything, the time, the energy, the wisdom and the dedication. Truly appreciated. How humbling. And that just drives me to do more and to do better. It fuels itself, it ignites me. And it's amazing to get paid for this stuff. And I've been fortunate because I focus on the 3 pillars, which are positioning, promoting and getting paid. And doing that, eventually I got to work for the Tony Robbins organisation. Then I got to model his presentation techniques and how he runs his events. So I started using his methods, and my courses and my speeches immediately jumped up a notch in terms of impact. And that's why I don't call them seminars, I call them events, because they're eventful. There's a picture of me going wild at his Unleash the Power Within seminar, which I went to all because I'd read his book. Imagine people read your book, then come on your seminar. So I've shared the stage with people like Anna Ryder Richardson, Caroline Munro, as well as major personal development speakers like Brandon Bays. Maybe not A-list Hollywood actors, but certainly people who have worked their way from nowhere to being recognised faces and in-demand speakers who regularly get booked to do presentations, openings or give speeches. And I've spent over 20 years now running unique and magical seminars where we bring groups of people together and they change their lives. I do my own programs like the Guru Factory, which will be something like £3,000 a head to help someone become a published author and a recognised expert in their chosen field within a matter of months. Or my fully booked boot camp, which was £4,500 a head. A 12-month programme where they learn to launch and promote their own business in any industry. Now, you might look at these and say, well, it's all right for you, it's easy when you know how, and you're right. That's why I teach people how to. See, I'm obsessed about collecting treasure maps, step-by-step game plans to take you from point A to point B. And I've sold out events now for 20 years. How? Positioning, promoting and getting paid. And I talk to groups now without paying a monthly fee to be part of a mastermind. Imagine people paying you money every month to access a vault of your information and your knowledge. Now think about the influence, the psychology that you have to learn to be able to do that. That's what I teach at Stand and Deliver. And these are programs that I create and sell. And yet here I am, this specky Scottish nerd from Lanarkshire who was terrified to read aloud in school. Yet I've got experts, authors, speakers, teachers coming to seminars when I look like this. So how am I able to do this? Well, I've got a few things I'd like to share with you and a few takeaways for you. Starting with this. You don't have to be famous and you don't need to have money to get started as a speaker. The speaking business starts with two questions. You just need two things. What's your message and who do you want to share it with? That's all it boils down to. Learn what your message is and discover who needs to hear it the most. And that's really all there is to it. It doesn't matter whether you're pretty or ugly or wealthy or poor or thin or fat. Look at me, I pretty much looked like the Milky Bar kid all my life. And yet I'm able to earn a good income by helping people and adding value. You just need to help people by adding content, adding value, creating training, creating speeches, models that help people, that help them do more, be more, and have more. Show people how to get from where they are to where they want to be. Give them a plan, a step-by-step treasure map. Help people to help themselves and you'll have an unbelievable speaking career. And ultimately, you have to learn how to market yourself too, how to position yourself and how to promote yourself. You don't have to spend another 5 years slogging to do this. You don't need to schlep around doing free talk after free talk at awkward networking events for the next 5 years that never lead to any paid gigs. Forget that. What you do need to be able to do is stand up in front of a group, get their attention, and keep their attention. One of my teachers once said, you have to be entertaining if you want to be remembered. I need to be remembered if you want them to ask you to come back again. And I can show you exactly how to do that, even if you're starting as a timid little mouse like I was. In fact, the more scared you are, the more you need to do this, because the bigger the achievement is. I remember going to see Bon Jovi perform at Hampden Stadium years ago with a sold-out capacity of 50,000 fans. And I heard a little voice in my head say, I could handle this audience. And then I thought, whoa, that's a shift. Here's another testimonial that I received from my latest group. She said, I feel like a totally different person, focused and motivated. Don't think I've ever been so interested or learned so much on a course. And that's very cool. So what about you? Maybe you've had experiences of being uncomfortable in front of a group. So here are some takeaways that I promise you. And the reason I'm building this up is because one or two of these gems can transform your speaking ability. What I want for you is that you feel really comfortable, totally comfortable, being yourself in front of an audience of any size. Now the first thing to do is to learn to relax in front of a group, because it's such a common fear in the UK and elsewhere. The first thing I need to teach you is how to breathe in ways that give you the breath to talk all day if need be. And so your voice sounds strong and congruent, not shaky and out of breath. A couple of tricks of trade you can use even if you are scared. In fact, the more human and vulnerable you are at the front of the room, the more they'll accept you. So when you try to be super speaker woman or ultra slick dude, that's when people's bullshit meter starts ringing. Ultimately, the entire game of speaking comes down to clarity, authenticity, and being genuine. So if you want to be a better speaker, learn how to breathe, learn how to relax, and then speak from the heart. Certainty and passion will come through that will inspire confidence in other people because you're a real human being. Now, I had a lot of challenges to get there, so I know how it feels to be shaky, nervous and stuttering and looking at a group of strange faces. Now I look forward to meeting new audiences and climbing into their world. The fact that I get paid is icing on the cake. What a turnaround from the timid wee mouse that used to skip English classes in case they asked me to read out loud from a book. Now, one of the questions I asked all the time is, how do you physically own the room so people won't dare get up and go to the toilet without your permission? On the Stand and Deliver training, I can reveal to you how world-class presenters create a kind of presence or a charisma that people find really attractive. You also have to learn how to physically own the stage and be able to manage the state of the audience so that all eyes stay on you and they listen to every word that you say. Imagine yourself crafting sensory rich stories that are just full of life and so compelling they'd happily sit in their office chair or the conference room and watch a video of the story online. And you have the storytelling skills that let the audience see it, they hear it, they feel it, they can smell it. It's visceral and it's compelling. Leaving the audience wanting to see you more and to bring their friends and colleagues with them next time. Your job as a speaker is to create a roller coaster of motion and emotion for your audience to enjoy and experience, while at the same time learning useful steps. That's called edutainment. And that's what I teach my audiences, because I had to learn how to do that as well. And I enjoy myself no matter what I'm teaching, even material that I've taught 100 times. See, sometimes as a trainer or a teacher, you need ways to breathe life into your old content to keep it fresh. And there absolutely are ways to do that. And you can learn how to do all this, because I have had to learn these things in the past. And now I'm passing these on to you so they elevate your game. And that's what I want to teach you. So what do you think of all this? What questions do you have? I know I went a little longer than I planned to, but I wanted to give you some ideas and hopefully inspire you to take action. So for now, go out there, breathe, relax, and talk at every opportunity you get. I hope to see you at Stand and Deliver. I'll tell you all about that in the next video. For now, it's John. Take care. Bye-bye.